Morning and welcome to the Wednesday session of Yoga 9. Sit comfortably and sit tall. Lift the sides of the trunk, lift your ears and lift the crown of the head. Focus on the breath. Take the arms out to the side, lengthen the wrists away from each other, bend the elbows and join the palms. Maintain the height of the spine, soften the abdomen, broaden across the chest. By chanting Om 3 times, one more time, a slow deep breath in. Om. Your hands, open your eyes, roll the shoulders back. Interlock your fingers in front of you, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms in line with the ear. Maintain the height of the armpits, the height of the elbows, and the wrist. Maintain this posture. Breathing in, raise up the head. And as you breathe out, release the chin. Repeat, breathe in, raise up the head. And as you breathe out, release the chin to the chest. One more time, breathe in, raise up your head. As you breathe out, release the chin to the chest. Slowly bring your head to a neutral position and release your hands. Change the bind of the interlock, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arms, palms in line with the ear. Breathing in, raise up the head. And as you breathe out, draw the chin to the chest and feel the length of the cervical spine. Slowly raise up the head once again, take the head all the way back. And as you breathe out, draw the chin to the chest. One more time, breathe in, take the head back. And as you breathe out, draw the chin to the chest. Slowly raise up the head and release your hands. Take the arms out to the side, turn the palms to face up, bend at the elbows, draw the elbows together, breathe in, raise up the arms. You have to move with the breath. Breathe out and release. Breathe in to lift. One more time, breathe in to lift. Breathe out and release. Let's change direction. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out and release. Breathe in to lift. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out and release. Release your hands. Palms and fingers on the knees, roll the shoulders back. Breathing in, move the trunk forward, lift the head. And as you breathe out, take the navel back, take the rib cage back and drop the chin. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out, go back and release. One more time, breathe in to lift. Breathe out and release. Keep the arms straight, keep the navel back, keep the rib cage back and drop the chin to the chest. Come forward, sit up tall, breathing in, raise up both the arms, a full extension of the sides of the trunk. Turn the palms to face forward but turn from the armpit. Turn the palms to face away from you. Interlock your fingers from behind and stretch up the arms. Lift the armpit, lift the elbows and lift the wrist. See that both sitting bones are evenly on the support. Keep lifting and stretching the trunk. Breathe out and release. Roll the shoulders back. Extend your legs out. Heels away from you, toes towards you. Press your thighs down. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your ears and lift the crown of the head. Fold your legs in and come to stand. Come to stand with your feet hip-width apart. Roll the shoulders back. Take the arms out to the side, turn the palms to face up. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Upper arms in line with the ear. Turn the palms to face forward. Lift the armpit, spread the palms and spread the fingers. Anchor down your feet, push your thighs back. Keep lifting the trunk. Turn the palms away from each other, rotate from the armpit, interlock your fingers and stretch up the arms. Maintain the full extension of the trunk, the armpits and the arms. Step the feet apart, maintaining the extension of the trunk. Breathe in, lift the sternum, lift the navel, a slight back arch, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Stretch down the fingertips, the crown of the head and the trunk. Keep the legs taut. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and go down. Keep the upper arms in line with the ear. Use the breath to come up. The slight back arch. And use the breath to release. Breathe in to come up. Release your hands onto your hips. Roll the shoulders back. Interlock your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arm. A full extension of the trunk. Fix the upper arms to the ear, or in line with the ear. Keep the arms stretched. Breathe in, lift the navel, lift the sternum, and stretch the armpit. As you breathe out, maintain this extension of the armpit. Hinge at the hips and fold forward. If your feet are touching the floor, release your hands, bend the elbows, and take the crown of the head toward the floor. Gaze forward. Place your hands on your hips. Breathe in and out. Change the bind of your interlock. Rotate at the wrist. Turn the palms away from you. A full stretch up. Lift the armpits. Stretch the trunk. Hinge at the hips. Fold forward. Extends the palms towards the floor, extends the crown of the head. If you can, bend the elbows and take the crown of the head towards the floor. If this is uncomfortable for you, come onto your fingertips. Keep bending the elbows, soften the abdomen, and lengthen the crown of the head towards the floor. Place your fingertips to the floor, look forward. Place your hands on your hips, breathe in to come up. Toe heel your feet closer. Not hip-width apart, slightly wider, but not as wide as Prasarita Padottanasana. Once again, raise up the arms, interlock your fingers, rotate at the wrist, breathe in and raise up the arms. A full stretch of the sides of the trunk. See that the outer edges of your feet are parallel to each other. Breathe in, lift the armpit, move the navel up, move the sternum up, look up if you have to. Hinge at the hips and fold forward. Stretch the armpits down, stretch the palms down, lengthen the crown of the head, soften the abdomen. If this is uncomfortable, you can take your legs slightly wider. Breathe in to come up and release your hands. Roll the shoulders back. One more time, change the interlock of your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Turn the right leg out slightly to about 45 degrees. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, stretch the trunk over the right leg. Keep stretching the trunk. If this is difficult, place your fingertips on the floor. Keep stretching the trunk, keep the legs straight. Breathe in to come up. Change the bind of your interlock, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you, raise up the arms. Turn the left leg out slightly, breathe in. And as you breathe out, extend the trunk over the left leg. Breathe in to come up. Come back to center, a full extension. And as you breathe out, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Release your fingertips onto the floor. Keep the abdomen soft. Bend the elbows to take the crown of the head lower. Look forward. Walk your hands over to the right. Come back to center and to the left. Come back to center. Place your fingertips on the floor and gaze forward. Move the groins back. Stretch the armpits away from the hips. Place your hands on your hips. Breathe in to come up. Toe heel your feet closer together. They can be slightly wider than hip width apart. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe in, lift the navel, lift the trunk. Keep the elbows close together, creating a concave back and an open chest. Breathe in, lift the navel, lift the sternum, and lift the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Lengthen the armpits away from the hips. And slide your hands down the legs. As far as you can, wherever they reach. Press your palms against the shins or the thighs and lengthen the armpits away from the hips. Feel the stretch at the back of the legs. Feel the stretch over the buttocks as you extend. From here, you can choose to hold behind your shins, bend the elbows, and draw the crown of the head towards the floor. If it's a bit strong on the lower back, you can slightly bend your knees. From here, walk your hands down, wrap your fingers around the big toes, and bend the elbows to take the crown of the head lower. Move the elbows away from each other. Straighten the arms, look forward. Place your hands on your hips and breathe into it. Walk your feet close together, hip width apart. Breathe in, raise up the arms. Bend at the elbows, stretch the arms. Keep the knees bent if you have to. Breathe in, raise up the trunk. And as you breathe out, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Lengthen the armpits down, lengthen the elbows down. Feel that the elbows are heavy and drawing towards the floor. Stretch the trunk over the thighs. Breathe in to come up. Change the bind. Stretch the armpit. Lift the elbows. A full breath in. And as you breathe out, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Stretch the elbows down. Stretch the armpits. A full stretch. Or hold on to your big toes. Keep the thumb on top, the index finger and the middle finger at the bottom. Press down on the fingers and widen the elbows away from each other and take the crown of the head towards the floor. Work to straighten the legs. Slowly release. Place your hands on your hips. Breathe into one. This gives the back a good stretch and the backs of the legs as well. So when we bend forward, we stretch the back body. Roll the shoulders back, breathe in, raise up the arms. And as you breathe out, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Bend your knees, place the palm under the foot, and with the big toes, press the wrists down. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the floor and work to straighten the neck. Hands onto your hips, breathe in to come up. Step your feet wide as possible. Roll the shoulders back. Draw your elbows towards each other. Open the chest. Interlace your fingers, your palms together. Breathe in, lift the navel, lift the sternum, and lift the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Extend the trunk forward first, and thereafter take the crown of the head down and take your arms or your fists over it. Soften the abdomen to take the crown of the head down. Work with the exhalation. Each time you breathe out, soften the abdomen. Take the sternum lower, take the crown of the head lower. Breathe in to come up. Roll the shoulders back. Breathing in, raise up the arms. And as you breathe out, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Extend the trunk forward, not down. Up arms in line with the ear. Thereafter, release your elbows, wrap your fingers around the big toes, and bend the elbows away from each other to take the crown of the head lower. Keep the legs engaged. If this is difficult, you can slightly bend the knee. Soften the abdomen, take the crown of the head as low down as possible. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Lift the groins, move the buttock flesh over the hip. Place your fingertips in front of you. Look forward, toe heel, walk your feet together. Roll the shoulders back. Interlock your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. A full extension of the sides of the trunk. Now imagine you're going to fold the body in half, hinging at the hips. Hinge at the hips, fold forward. Go with the navel first, then the sternum, then the crown of the head, and extend the armpits down, stretch the palms down as you work to take the palms towards the floor. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release your hands. Step your feet apart. Turn your right leg out, left leg in, forward. Breathe in, raise up the left arm, and as you breathe out, slide across. Maintain the extension of the sides of the trunk. Lengthen the armpits away from the hips. Breathe in to raise up the arm. Maintain this posture for a few moments. Feel the extension of the trunk and the armpit moving away from the hip. Breathe in to come up. Over to the left. Place the left palm onto the thigh, raise up the right arm. Slide down, extend the armpit away from the hips. Then raise up the arm. Turn the trunk to face forward, gaze forward. Stay for a few moments. Breathe in to come up. Turn your feet to face forward. One more time, breathe in, raise up the arms. And as you breathe out, hinge at the hips, fold forward, place your fingertips on the floor. Lengthen the armpits away from the hips, release the head. Release the head. Walk your hands back so that your fingertips are in line with the heel and release the head. Bend the elbows to take the crown of the head lower. If you need more support, you can bring your fingertips forward or hold on to the ankles or the big toe. Bend the elbows to take the crown of the head lower. Place your fingertips on the floor. Toe heel, walk your feet close together. Place your hands on your hips. Breathe in to come up. Maintain the extension of the side body. So these movements, these forward extensions can be a bit taxing on the lower back, especially if we haven't done them regularly. Extend the arms out to the side. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe in, raise up the arms. Hinge at the hips, fold forward, hold behind your thighs or behind your shins wherever you can. And bend the elbows to take the crown of the head lower. Shift the weight of the body onto the toe side. And as you breathe out, can you take the navel closer to the thigh? Lift the buttocks and lift the groin to take the navel closer to the thigh. Take the sternum closer to the knee. And bend the elbows to lengthen the crown of the head towards the floor. From here, release your fingertips onto the floor and release the crown of the head lower. Focus more on the exhalation. Hands on the hips, breathe in to come up. Your knees, your palms below the shoulders, your knees below the hips. Breathe in, lift the navel, lift the sternum out of the head. And as you breathe out, round the back. To lift. Breathe out to release. Come to lie flat on your back. Keep your knees up and your feet flat on the floor. Forward extensions, elbow taxing on the lumbar spine. Move your feet slightly away from the hips. Move your feet away from the hips and allow for the lower back to settle. Turn the palms to face up. And feel the length of the spine releasing to the mat. Soften the abdomen. Now draw both your knees in towards the armpit and hold on to the big toes. Hold on to your big toes. Keep the abdomen soft. Work to straighten the right leg. Release. Then the left leg. Release. Changing. Right leg. Left leg. The right. And the left. Release both your heels lower. And now work to straighten both your legs. And release. With both hands, draw both your knees in towards the chest. Keep the abdomen soft and lengthen the crown of the head away from the shoulders. Keep the abdomen soft. And release your feet onto the mat. Turn the palms to face up. Breathing in, lift the hips. Breathe out and release. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out to release. One more time. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out and release. Keep your knees up and your feet flat on the floor. You want the lower back to settle. Just the exhalation and the full length of the spine. And the palms to face. Extend the right leg away from you, extend the left leg away from you. Roll the thighs away from each other, keep the abdomen soft. Focus on just the exhalation. Place both your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Cut the right arm all the way past the right hip. Roll over onto your right side. And press to come to center. Lift the armpits away from the hips. Roll the ears away from the shoulders. Together. Take a slow, deep breath in. Out, release the chin to the chest. And as you breathe in, slowly raise up your head. Release your hands and open your eyes. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and we will meet tomorrow. Thank you.